This is the 440 short that is going in fat red. Started with a Cali's Dragon Slayer 6-throw. I guess you can call it lightweight crank if you want to. Billet H-beam rods in this one, or Ultra, I guess I should say. And we had CP Carrillo basically make us custom pistons to the cylinder heads over there. So these are a 4185 bore. They're set up for a 220-165 valve. We did end up going back in and putting these fuel dishes in. Cost me like a cc and a half. Gas port, you know, real high-end, lightweight race piston, basically. They, like I said, made it to the port. The good thing about this piston, though, is that since it was designed for my stuff, it doesn't take much to change it to compensate for anything else that we want to do, you know. So this piston at 53 cc's, 40 thou gasket, is a 16-to-1 compression. Right now we're going to run it at 58 cc's, maybe 57, with the 40 thou gasket, and it put me right at 15 and a half, which with the camshaft I chose brings my DCR down to about 10-to-1, or you know, about 10, which is somewhere around almost a stock DCR. So not really worried about running this thing on pump gas or running it on C85, E85, you know, anything like that. The goal is, you know, M5 with maybe some nitro mixed in. We'll see. As we discussed before, I'll be running this with a low lash solid roller from Texas Speed. It's basically the Bad Mama Jamma, the 416 cam, just in a solid roller format. So we will be running the LP 12mm high side, so we do have the lash cap because that's LT1 based. We'll be running 30% overs. We're actually developing our own fuel system right now, and the manifold I've been working on, it's over here, but it is set up for port injection. So the manifold will stay with the car. The engine's gonna come and go. So the cylinder heads, you know, I just used our standard CNC deal to start with. Didn't really open up the fronts too much, but I could transfer over everything to the blower motor when it goes in. So the NA stuff is just temporary. We have other plans for that stuff later. And speaking of the cylinder heads and all that, so this is basically the finished product. So titanium intake and exhaust. I did run into a small issue. I was going to run a PAC 1335. I was told that the PAC retainers and seats and all that stuff that I already had would work with them. It turned out that it doesn't look like it does. So for right now, these are going to get a 1209X spring, you know, installed at 1-800. So hopefully it holds it. We'll see. You know, I'll get these prepped up and get the block ready, and I'll get these on, and once they're on, we'll talk about some more valve train related issues. All right, so this design is not like a link bar design or anything. It uses a stock guides, or can't think what this thing, lifter tray. Old school LS trick, drilling a little hole in there so this side's down, that way the oil doesn't you know, pool up in there. These are the Morel solid roller lifters. Bit of a different design. Definitely need a different push rod length and all that other stuff, but it allows for more aggressive lobe. So this is what I'll be putting in there for now. All right, we got head studs in. We use ARP main studs on basically everything. I also forgot to mention Darton sleeves. That's all we run, and then, you know, the detail work, like machinist, you know, chamfering all the edges and whatnot. So like I said, I got studs in, got these little guys all lubed up, ready to go. Got to copper spray my gaskets, final clean the heads, and then bolt all that stuff down. All right, and now we're all buttoned up. Got the valve plate cover up at the shop. Intake manifold is about ready, and we'll get this thing in the car. We'll see what she do. Is it the baddest NALT motor ever built? I don't know. We're gonna find out though, that's for sure.